On behalf of the 140th Maintenance Group Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Donovan Neuer, good afternoon and welcome to the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron Change of Command Ceremony. During the ceremony, I will indicate when you should stand and be seated. We'd like to ensure everyone has silenced your electronic devices, and please take your seats. The 140th Maintenance Group would like to welcome our special guests in attendance today, starting with the family members of our official party. Lieutenant Colonel Banker's wife, Jamie, and their kids Sam, Jesse, and Jojo. Major Bonvillian's wife, Colleen, and their kids Maximilian, Luke, Madeline, and Gabriel, as well as his mother, Virginia, and his in-laws, Tim and Karen. Other distinguished guests in the audience include the 140th Wing Vice Commander, Colonel Kurt Tongren, the 140th Mission Support Group Commander, Colonel Kerry Worrell. Additionally, we'd like to welcome Director of Joint Plans, Operations, and Military Support, Colorado National Guard, Colonel Will DeProfio. The Senior Enlisted Leader of the 140th Maintenance Group, Chief Master Sergeant Jeremy Jenkins. Finally, we'd like to welcome all squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, family, and friends. Thank you all for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regulate, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Freeland will now give the invocation.
I invite you to join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the purpose of this event, for the rich traditions it represents, and the persons who make it possible. The challenges of command are immense. They demand diligent leadership, creative management, and energy-consuming effort. For the successful response of Lieutenant Colonel Tommy Banker to those challenges and the incredible achievements of his command, we are grateful. We acknowledge and applaud the contribution of each member of the 140th AMXS to that success. So bless now the transition Colonel Banker makes to new challenges and new responsibilities as the Cong Deputy Director for Military Support. Just as we ask, Lord, you bless his wife Jamie, his son Sam, and his daughters Jessie and Josephine. We pray, God, you grant them all continued happiness and success in all they endeavor to do. As Major Charles Bonvillian assumes this command, grant him the diligence and leadership, the creativity and management, and the energy and effort to be an effective commander. Grant his wife Colleen, his sons Maximilian, Luke, and Gabriel, his daughter Madeline, his mom Ginger, his in-laws Tim and Karen, as well as those family members who cannot be here. Patience with the long hours, understanding with the awesome demands, and loving support with the effort required to command. And Lord, as a good Cooney ass from South Louisiana, let Major Bonvillian feel right at home with the gorgeous LSU purple Colorado skies at sunrise and sunset, and the gleaming LSU gold of our brilliant Colorado days. Finally, God, empower each member of the 140th AMXS to respond positively to Major Bonvillian's leadership and to foster that ever-desirable sense of team, which not only allows them to excel in their mission, but to enjoy each and every day in which they execute their mission. All this we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Friedman. The American change... Oh, I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The American Change of Command ceremony is a military tradition deeply rooted in history, dating back to 3 July 1775, when General George Washington drew his sword under an elm tree in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to assume command of the Continental Army. During the American Revolution, military units carried distinctive flags designed to match the color of their uniforms and emblazoned with a motto selected by the commander. When soldiers followed their leader into battle, this flag provided a highly visible point around which members of the unit could rally during the pandemonium of battle. Because of its importance, the flag was used in the Continental Army's earliest change of command ceremonies. The organizational banner was exchanged in full view, so every soldier could see the officer now entrusted to lead them into battle. The modern ceremony you will see today is rooted in this military tradition and announces to all the authority of the incoming commander. Today, Lieutenant Colonel Donovan Neuer will transfer command of the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron to Major Charles Bonvillian from Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Banker. It is my pleasure to introduce the 140th Maintenance Group Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Donovan Neuer.
Good job, Mike. Excellent job. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, great job in here today. Sir, Chief, Colonel, General, Ma'am, Chiefs, Commanders, Mission Support Group, Med Group, Joint Staff. Good to see you out here, Will. I'm missing a bunch of other folks in here, but I'm looking at a very good conglomerate of military men and women coming here to celebrate today's ceremony. And we've got the families up here. Jamie, it's been great. Glad that we were able to have some fun times with Tommy while we were hanging out with him a little bit while he was away from home. And I just wish you guys all the best of luck in your future endeavors too. And Colleen, with you and the kids and the family, looking forward to getting to know you guys a little bit more, and congratulations on this transition to Colorado. Thanks to the Weapons Load Team and the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron and the MXG for giving us this facility today. I know that takes time out of our readiness training, getting our people ready to deploy or prepped at any one time, and a lot of effort goes into that. So thanks to the Weapons Load Team for giving us this facility. I already said, Mike, great job setting this up. This guy over here in Alert, Mike Fields, put a lot of effort into today to make sure that this was going to happen, and it's going seamless, and it continually will. I know it will, for sure. Sergeant Jones's national anthem, oh my goodness, it was amazing. We've never heard him sing before, at least I haven't. That's the first time. I think the word's going to get out, Sergeant Jones. That was great. Thank you so much. Rabbi, man, I love how you put things into to your prayers for us. Thanks for that LSU talk. That was my favorite part. But other than the fact that, yes, we are getting ready to talk about two amazing leaders in the trials and tribulations that they're going to have to try and get through. One has graduated, one hasn't, and you hit that spot on. It's perfect. Public Affairs, PA, it's so great working with you guys, Sergeant Geiger, Myra. Thank you, too, for setting this up so that people can hear us. I think we've got things going live right now, and so, or maybe recorded. That way we can always have it for the future, and we can make fun of everything bad that I mess up here. And that'll be my change of command, probably. Hopefully it's not too soon because of this. So, well, let's just get down to it. Leadership. Being a commander, it's about being a leader. It's the bottom line. And in order to lead a unit, the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, the pointy tip of our spear in maintenance, it takes a lot of courage, strength, planning, foresight, people, ability, endurance. And both of these gentlemen up here have it. One is going to graduate today, and the other one is just getting ready to be jumped in to the team. But they both They both have it in spades. Tommy, man, brother, I can't talk enough about the time that we've had. The three amigos, you, Bonus, Rat, coming together. I think you might be some of that glue, man, that held those two, brought them to the same page, made sure that the dynamics in the maintenance group ran smooth with a little bit of humor, a little bit, yeah, a little bit on the shoulders, a little bit of swagger, a little bit of schmoozing. But most important, Tommy, man, you came in knowing what a commander needs to do. And it was about readiness and taking care of your people. You can take care of your people like the best of them. You can get in at their level. You can get them to listen to you in a march, kind of like the Pied Piper, like nobody I've ever seen be able to do before. And it made me jealous that I couldn't be that good of that guy, but that's what you do. You find out everybody's strengths. And Tommy's strength is making sure that we can get the job done and he can take care of his folks. And I don't think your folks have ever been happier. I don't know what that last commander in AMXS was doing, but you came in and took care of business like we have not seen. You got ACE rolling. You figured out all your problems with your lean events for equipment. We're starting to put sorties out and fix jets like we have not ever been able to do in the past. And your people love you. And they know that you care about them. You can't fake that. You can't fake what you do. And man, and you've been a great friend to me and a great confidant, trying to help out what I need to do as commanders. And I was able to go to you on multiple occasions and talk about things, and we were able to take care of business together as a team. And I wouldn't trade that for the world, and I wish you all the luck up on joint staff, because in fact, you have to come back and do my job sometime. And that's what I'm hoping that you get to do. But Tommy, you knocked it out of the park. It's great to know you. I'm glad to be able to call you my friend. And thanks for all the hard work that you did in AMXS. Buddy, dude, when we got the phone call from Zeus about this guy on a stat tour, wants to come out to Colorado from 1st Air Force, you know what that feels like. It's like, I don't know who this guy is. We're the guard, and I'm going to bring somebody on my pinnacle team that I don't know. And so what we started doing, we started scouting him, Colleen. We were out there talking to him. I think I had Tommy on the phone. You know how long that's going to take? Be on the phone. And so we were buddy's nodding his head up and down, he knows. But we knew instantly when I talked to you, and when Tommy talked to you, and when Rat talked to you, we knew that you had what we were looking for back here in the MXG to lead AMXS, and that, again, that you're the leader. You are a leader. You know how to handle things. I've seen it in the last couple weeks. You take your time, you're confident, you see through the BS, and you make very, very great decisions. Your track record, what you've come from, being both LRS and maintenance, and getting some staff stuff on you, working for generals as execs, your purview is going to bring so much to our unit that we're going to learn so much from you, and I think you're going to learn from the unit too. And the unit's going to take you where it needs to take you, and we're going to figure this out together. And you are the perfect fit, you and your family. Gosh, it's been great getting to know you, Colleen, and the 4 kids. And Buddy, just talking to you a little bit, hanging out in Castle Rock together, getting to know about what the snow is. His housewarming gift was a shovel. That's what this group commander gives us, housewarming gifts. And so it's already used twice, I think. So Buddy, congratulations on getting to a premier unit. I know you're going to come here and you're going to fill in exactly what Tommy was started, and you're going to make it better, and you're going to move us forward, because that's what we're trying to do. And I know that the people in your organization are going to know that you care about them. You're going to gain their trust, and you're going to take this to places I don't even know where. It's going to be better, though. So I'm very excited to have you on the team. Congratulations to both of you today. My last thing for both of you is I'm going to just breathe and tell you to breathe and look out here. Commanders get 2 times in their life when it's about them. It's a change of command. Tommy, this is your 2nd time. Buddy, this is your 1st. You're lucky if you get 2. And we expect that. Enjoy today, because after today, it's not about us anymore. It's about the team. It's about the mission. It's about the people. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Neuer. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the decoration.
Attention to orders. This is to certify the Meritorious Service Medal, 3rd Oak Leaf Cluster, has been awarded to Lieutenant Colonel Thomas A. Banker for outstanding achievement 5 October 2019 to 13 January 2022. Lieutenant Colonel Thomas A. Banker distinguished himself by outstanding achievement as Commander, 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, 140th Maintenance Group, Buckley Space Force Base, Colorado. During this period, he increased his squadron's lethality, morale, and effectiveness with charisma and his unmatched, highly effective leadership abilities. His team pioneered agile combat employment design, training and operations that culminated in both national and international operational events, which ultimately led to a rewrite of Air Force aircraft maintenance instructions and execution during wartime tasking. Additionally, Lieutenant Colonel Banker echoed the voice of his airmen by championing an authentic diversity, equity, and inclusion program across the entirety of the Colorado National Guard, strengthened civic partnerships to leverage airmen opportunities and support in the community, and opened up talent pathways for his airmen at the state and national level never before seen. Furthermore, Lieutenant Colonel Banker brought 5 highly diverse flights together to achieve unreal success during the Air Combat Command's capstone inspection, with the inspectors finding only 1 minor discrepancy, accolades of 2 unit strengths, ultimately helping the 140th Wing earn an effective rating. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Banker reflect great credit upon himself, the Air National Guard, and the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, Jason D. Neuer, Lieutenant Colonel, Colorado Air National Guard, Commander, 140th Maintenance Group.
Today, Lieutenant Colonel Donovan Neuer will now transfer command of the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron to Major Charles Bonvillian from Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Banker. I apologize. I was reading the wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. There was that one mess up he was talking about. You only get one. Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to recognize the Banker family. Jamie, Sam, Jesse, and Josephine. We appreciate all the time and support you've given us. Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Banker will now address the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron for the last time.
Thanks, brother. Thank you very much. And man, I wasn't nervous until you gave that speech, Dono, and I only got down to go from here. So, but okay, kick it into gear. But I just got to start off, like you said, this is the second time I've done it. I've heard it, dozens and dozens of times, and you have to hit all the required thank yous, and that seems like the most intimidating part. But Colonel Ryan, Chief, Colonel Tug Tongren, thank you so much. My new boss, you're making this place joint. Colonel DeProfio, thank you so much for coming. And I think we had the others slip out, so then I won't have to go in depth. But thank you guys for showing up. More importantly, for those that were able to sneak away from training from the mighty AMXS, it's good to see a couple faces in here. We'll talk about that later, but thank you guys so much for doing that. Mustache Fields, that was phenomenal. Thank you for pulling this off. Thank you so much for narrating this. I couldn't think of a better guy. Shirt, I know you're going to be up here representing with the new commander. Thank you, Emery. And Jones, I know Colonel Southard wanted me to tell this story, but the rumor has it that you have been asked to do this multiple times, to include my former counterpart, Bonus Marine, and you turned him down cold, but you did it for this guy, so I appreciate it. That was phenomenal, man. So Dono did say earlier that I have to keep this kind of short. I think I'm the outgoing, so I had to keep it a little tight. So I promise you, and while most of you know that's going to be hard for me to do, I'm going to try to keep this brief. And when I was trying to think about what I wanted to say, a lot of my crew had already heard this speech. At least me try to sum up what my last 2 years had been like. But If I'm going to wrap it up today, I'll just leave you with a quick story. But as I was nearing my end, having dinner with my family, and several folks in my family have served in the military, but I'm one of two that has gotten the opportunity to be a commander. And they asked me a question. They just straight up asked, well, could you try to explain what has it been like to be a commander? And I said, God, if you're going to put me on the spot, I think really the only thing I can try to relate it to is over the last 2 years, I've had the most unique and privileged opportunity to live and work daily in the closest work family I've ever had. My son thought that was funny. But in 21 years of doing this job, this is hands down the closest crew I've ever had. This is the closest work family I've ever gotten to operate in, and it's been amazing. But I made sure that when I was telling my dad that is who I was talking with this about, I used that word family very deliberately because I think it's only with that word that you can try to tie what the last 2 years have been like through something as singular as being able to witness an array of emotions that I've never experienced in my 21-year career. And the first one, and the most pronounced, I would say, was showing up daily and being able to live this sense of pride, like an absolute pride for this team that I got to work with. Pride in witnessing young men and women for the very first time, and the unique privilege that I'd never gotten to have before, swear individuals into the military, take the oath. What a phenomenal experience. See them take that oath, go off to training, come back with accolades like they often would in the AMXS way, and then put that training into use, whether it's on TDY, through inspection. Right now, a good portion, I'd like to think a good portion why we're missing so many of our folks right now is because so many of them are downrange accomplishing the ultimate mission right now in harm's way. That's the sense of pride. I can't believe I got to do that. Even now that we're sitting here looking back and we're working on aging aircraft, but we still had the ability and capacity to innovate. And you talk about the ACE mission, and it's very noteworthy because, again, maintainers show up and they work, but they innovate and they create. And what a unique opportunity that was to witness that, and great sense of pride. I would also say, as many faces I can see out there, often to be able to see families grow. What a sense of pride to watch our members go get married, welcome little ones into their growing family. I mean, these are just the highlights. Overcome hurdles together. I would say the one I can think of that I've heard over and over again is everybody has their COVID story. And my favorite is when I have my civilian friends or civilian colleagues out in the sector, they would say, well, what did you do in the military there in that squadron of yours, that aircraft maintenance squadron? What did you guys do during COVID? My favorite simple response was, we didn't get to do COVID. That wasn't an option. We showed up to work and we generated aircraft. The mission had to happen. And then lastly, I would just say, again, I've told this story to my crew several times. Small sense of pride, big thing in my heart. Every day you drive onto Buckley, 0600, and I can promise you this much. There's not a lot of lights on this facility. But you look to the right as you're coming up the main drag there by the sticks on the plane, and you see in 801, the alert facility, the lights are on. They're always on. Whether it's hot, cold, day, dark, maintainers are showing up, fixing, generating, launching, recovering combat air power. And I can't believe I got to have an opportunity to do that. It wasn't roses by any means. We went through our own fair share of losses, trials, tribulations, hardships. But you know what? We did it as a family, and we came through it as a family. And I'd be remiss at this point if I didn't point out those closest to me. My work triad plus one, I would call it. Major Justin Child, Maintenance Operations Officer, Superintendent, Senior Master Sergeant Joe Wheeler, downrange right now, and my first shirt, Sergeant Ashley Bybee. You guys know you were my world for 2 years. And again, like the good Colonel said, going past this, I can't believe that through this experience I get to call you friends for life. So thank you for everything. And I'll keep with the family theme for just a quick second, but in good family nature, eventually somebody's got to leave the nest. And I'm getting kicked out, and someone new is coming in, and what great hands you're going to be in. From the little I've been able to talk with you, Major Bonvillian, did I say that right? Pretty good. I've been practicing. You're going to mean the world to this team, okay? You have the personality, You got the background, and I've already heard about what you're doing from day one, and I'm so honored that you're going to be moving in and taking care of this crew. But I also got to say, I'd be remiss if I didn't say I'm a little envious and a little jealous that you get to do it, because given the chance again, I would do it in a second, all over again. But good luck, and you won't need it. You're going to do great. Now I'm going to finish up with my blood family. How am I doing on time? Is this reasonable for an outgoing guy? It seems pretty reasonable. I just want to finish with you guys, okay? This last 2 years, I couldn't have done it without you. Jamie, Sammy, Jesse, Jojo, I love you more than anything. You have made this job possible. I know on many days I would come home, Dad would come home from work with a really long look on his face, maybe sit on the couch with a pretty big scotch and soda, and I could tell that you probably knew Dad had a bad day, but you were always there, and we always kept our family. We're going to continue to do that. But we've gone through crazy times together, and whether we're going to a lacrosse tournament, the phone call comes in. Dad, who's that? Who's calling now? Is that Mr. Justin? No, kids, it's Mr. Joe. Just give me a second. Sitting at dinner. Sam, you're laughing. I know because we've had this conversation. Who's calling now? Is that Miss Ashley? No, that's Mr. Dono. Just give me a second. And I'd like to say it's going to stop with my next gig, but you got to continue to be patient with me, okay? Because I can already tell you it's going to be really busy, and the phone calls are just going to be a little different this time. Geez, Dad, is that Mr. DeProfio calling again? Yes, kids, that's Mr. DeProfio. Who's calling now, guys? Is that Mr. DeProfio? No, that's General Sherman. Pipe down or I'm going to get fired. So you just keep bearing with me. And we always do it together. We've always done it together, and we'll continue to do so. So I'll just wrap my time up by saying, the few faces, little one, the few faces in attendance for my AMXS family. I might be leaving the nest, but you know you have me whenever you need me. And I just got to say as I go out, it has been the honor of a lifetime. I know it sounds cliche, but this has been an absolute honor. So thank you all. Thank you for the quick bit of time, and I appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you.
Some sweets. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Banker. Ladies and gentlemen, you will now observe the symbolic portion of the ceremony, the change of command. Please stand. The command of the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron will be passed from Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Banker to Major Charles A. Bonvillian. The 140th AMXS Guidon represents the command. Attention to order. Special Order GC-8 by direction of the President and under the provisions of AFI 51-604, Major Charles Bonvillian assumes command of the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Buckley Space Force Base, Aurora, Colorado, effective 13 January 2021, by order of the Governor, signed Laura L. Clellan, Brigadier General, the Adjutant General. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We would now like to welcome the Bonvillian family, Colleen, Max, Luke, Madeline, and Gabriel. We look forward to having you in our 140th Maintenance family. We hope you will enjoy your time with us. Welcome to the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron in the state of Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, the 140th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron Commander, Major Charles Bonvillian.
Good afternoon. This is Gabriel, for those who haven't met him yet. Man, it's great to be here in Colorado. Senior Master Sergeant Paz, Sergeant Fields, Master Sergeant Madrid, and everyone that assisted with organizing this event, great job. You guys made this day a success, and I'm grateful for it. Sergeant Jones, thank you for the great rendition of our national anthem. It was awesome. Chaplain Friedman, thank you for the invocation. Thank you for the push for LSU. I appreciate that. Go Tigers. To my family, Mom, Tim, Karen, I appreciate you traveling from Louisiana on such a short notice. It really means a great deal to have you here, and I look forward to celebrating with you tonight. Mom, I'm grateful for your selflessness, love, and care, and the way you take care of my kids. Tim and Karen, it takes a village. I thank you for caring for us the way you do. To my kids, I need some eye contact. Maximilian, Luke, Madeline, and Gabe. We talk about heroes. You guys are my heroes. You are amazing and talented, and I'm so proud to be your father. To my wonderful wife, Colleen, you are the person who makes our journey in life so worthwhile. You make me a better man, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. Thank you for your sacrifice and love that you give us every single day. Colonel Tongren, Colonel Worrell, Chief Jenkins, all other commanders, chiefs, senior leaders in attendance, I appreciate you being here. I look forward to meeting you and working with each and every one of you.
Thank you, Major Bonvillian. Ladies and gentlemen, please of the official party and playing of the Air Force song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony for today. All guests are cordially invited to a reception immediately following. Thank you for attending.